I like watching the videos on people trying to make their generators quiet. Obviously the solar would be dead silent, and there's many reasons why you'd want to make a generator quiet. I guess having somebody steal it from you wouldn't be good. I've heard of cases where people actually start the lawnmower and take the generator. And so I guess there's several reasons. And I guess I just wanted to share this generator. Not that this would be good for everybody. It's actually running right now, and we'll go and look around, and this camera's real sensitive to noise. So let's go find that thing. It's over here. I can't hear it at all. Not one bit. And I just kind of took advantage of this evening to do this, because generally the wind is blowing away here, and you wouldn't be able to hear it at all, so I'm just trying to be fair. And also, if the power was out, generator back through those houses over there is actually louder than my generator. It would totally blend mine out. You wouldn't be able to hear it at all. So I don't know if you can hear that, the exhaust of the generator, but we'll walk over toward it. And I'm not going to change my voice or anything, or get louder to try to fake it or whatever. But anyway, it's right down there. I don't know if you can hear that. And that's actually water mixed in with exhaust. So let me walk this way, and we'll get closer to the generator. And the generator itself, I know it's getting dark here, is right on the other side of that wall. And I'll show that to you in a minute, both in the sound shield, and then also I'll take the sound shield off and try to show you how it works. It's a pretty evening. It's Sunday, and it's a work night. So let's go inside and we'll check out the generator. Now, that is a diesel generator, and pretty much everything I have runs on diesel fuel, or around here anyway. Truck's diesel, little Volkswagen's diesel. The boat is diesel, so I got the fuel laying around. I store it both in some drums in the boat. Obviously there'd be fuel in the vehicles. So most of this is just for ideas, but I also have a start and stop for the generator up here in the house, and I can start and stop it from up here. And I don't know if you can hear it, but it's right below that floor there, and it's pretty quiet. I can hardly hear it. I can feel it more than I could hear it. So now I'm on the other side of the garage, and the generator is right behind me, maybe 20 feet, 25 feet with a wall between us, and it's pretty quiet, so I'll go over to the generator. I was finishing up a solar project for a friend today, so that's why that's out. So we'll go take a look at the generator. You probably won't be able to hear me there, but if we were standing in the room together or something like that, we could talk at a pretty much normal tone of voice. Alright. There it is. I don't know if you can hear me or not. I mean, it's not very loud, but you can hear it. So I'll get that cover off of it, sound shield, and show you the generator itself. I wish I had a decibel meter, then you'd see how quiet it is. I'm not saying it's really quiet when it's uncovered like this, and especially it's kind of throwing the noise straight at you because it's sitting under that countertop. But as far as outside, it's very quiet. And I realize this is an application that would not work for many people, but I'll go ahead and go through it and let you know, or just show you how it works. I'll try to anyway. This is an 8 kW kilo pack generator. This is what you would find like inside of a yacht, a small one, and it's absolutely designed to be inside. And the way it works is, this here's a pump. Let's see if that's in the camera. Yeah, this here's a pump. It's called a raw water pump. This green hose here, this enclosed hose, actually goes to a well that I put in that's right on the other side of the wall. And what it does, it pulls the water up through the hose goes through the pump, and then it runs it back there and goes through what's called a heat exchanger. So it doesn't go through the engine itself like an outboard or something like that. It actually goes through a heat exchanger, which I guess the best way to describe that would be like a radiator. Instead of running air through it, you run water or liquid through it. So up top there in the back, this is the heat exchanger. It's also the exhaust manifold. So there's nothing really hot in here. Nothing's over like 180 degrees, so you can pretty much touch everything, you know, if your hands are used to that kind of heat. And once the water goes through there and removes the heat from the engine, it goes through what's called a riser, which sprays the water into the exhaust, and then it sends it outside. Let's see if I can point the camera over there. Down low there behind the battery box, that's a silicone hose that the exhaust and the water goes together through, and what it does, it goes into a muffler that's buried about 2.5–3 feet deep out in the yard there, and then it carries it on down the side of the house to that vent I showed you running earlier. Not sure how to explain how that muffler and all works, but just trying to explain it best I can. Now back there is the actual filter for the well water itself, a check valve, and then sort of like an air loop for the water coming into the generator. And then there's a fuel water separator, because I do get fuel from the airport, and as well as I get it from some boats. That's why it's like tinted red, because it's some kerosene, some diesel. And then there's a battery down low there. And I don't really worry about this being in the house like this. Number one, because it's rated to be in here, and diesel fuel is very stable. You know, a lot of older houses, or even some houses now, still have heating oil delivered to their house, basically kerosene. Same thing. So that would be in your basement, a big huge tank of it, and then also a furnace burning it. So it's not much different. So just as an overview, this is a marine genset, is what it would be called. You can find them all over eBay. They can be risky to buy them, and sometimes they can be a great deal. And like I said, they wouldn't work for everybody. You could run one air-cooled. You'd have to do a lot of conversions there. You'd have to get an exhaust manifold, a fan, a radiator, the hoses, and all that. But these are designed to run continuously. In other words, it's a continuous duty generator. It only runs at 1800 RPM. When it says 8 kW, it means 8,000 watts. They're not going to give you a bunch of stuff like surge and all that. They just don't do that with generic gensets like this. And it can run for a long time if you have the fuel. You know, if there were an event where I would have to run it for a long time, I would try to rely on my solar. But this is just a backup for that. And it's nice that it wouldn't cause a lot of attention. I can pretty much run silent, or from the road anyway, or my neighbors. They wouldn't be able to hear it. And I can do it without them knowing about it, which would be pretty cool. And also I live at a beach, so anything that's made of metal that sits outside is going to turn into a rust ball. That's why the heating and air is inside too, so I could run that. Nobody'd even know that I'm running my air conditioning. So I hope this helped and give you some ideas anyway, or just maybe you're just curious to see the generator. So you guys have a good one. We'll see you next time.